Okay. What a day. Yesterday was such a day. It was 8-8, the full moon as well. It was just a day. So much happened yesterday. But today's a new day. Today is the ninth day of August. 8, 9. 8 and 9 is 17. The 17th letter of the alphabet is Q. So let's talk about nine energy in the eighth month. So what is nine energy? Nine energy is like manipulative energy. It's like master manipulator energy. Nine shouldn't exist. Six exists. Six is what nine is, except nine manipulated itself to become nine. It manipulated six. It flipped it onto axis. It flipped it on its head and became nine. Nine, life path nine people are big headed. The nine has a big head, so they're egotistical people. The ninth letter of the alphabet is I. So these people that are life path nine are very I. I am a ninth life path. And I spent a good portion of today with another nine life path. And we talked about another nine life path. The nine would be the dragon. In the yin and the yang, the yin would be the snake. The six would be the snake. The nine would be the dragon. He is a dragon. The person we were talking about is a dragon. So two dragons, both life path nine. I'm a life path nine. I'm a rabbit. The rabbit is an ally sign to the dragon in the zodiac. He has a bit of a messy garage situation. And I was saying, oh no, this is okay. You're a dragon. Dragons hoard their stuff. No big deal. So let's talk about like 17 energy. What is 17 energy? 1 and 7 is 8. H is the eighth letter of the alphabet. We've talked about that. But let's talk about 17. 17 being the letter Q. What starts with Q? Question starts with Q. Questioning starts with Q, but it's the same word. Quest starts with Q. And quiver starts with Q. Understanding that, like when you quiver, like people can quiver, like their body can quiver, but also like a quiver is the same thing that you use. Or that's a quill. Yeah. Yeah. Quill starts with Q, like when you write with a quill, like calligraphy and stuff like that, or like writing. And I was looking at something about the Constitution, today, and that was probably written with a quill. So let's talk about like questioning your karma. Let's talk about using that quill to rewrite your karma and write in the margins. A lot of people, their karma, they don't question it. They say, this is something that is my karma. My bad karma is this. The things that usually are bad karma are things that you feel guilty about. So things that you question yourself about, like, why did I do that? Why did I do this? Why did I act this way? Why did I treat that person that way? So understanding, bro, that like you should question your karma. You shouldn't just question why you did certain things, but you should question why that is a part of your karma. Me and this dragon, we were talking about how he's like very obsessed with recycling. And he said he feels guilty when he doesn't recycle. And I made him question it a bit. I talked about this in a previous video, but I said, let's say, for example, that he had a son, and the son hated recycling, hated it with a passion, because his father loved recycling, because his father was so obsessed over recycling. So the son hates recycling, throws everything in the trash, purposefully burns plastic in the backyard, just to spite the dad. And the son just like sees the recycle bin right next to the trash and puts everything in the trash versus putting in the recycling. So in a way, the son is kind of like nullifying the father's good karma, his good recycling karma, and creating like this nullified generational karma when it comes to recycling, where the father recycled everything, the son didn't recycle anything at all. And I said, what if this son that you had, what if he then had a son, or he had a child, and that grandchild of yours, because his father was so hatefully passionate about not recycling, what if the son became overly passionate about recycling and thought about his grandfather being a really good recycler? And what if this grandchild of yours, what if he created a machine that is able to recycle things at the landfill, and like turns the world on its head, like 9 turning 6 on its head? What if this person is able to manipulate that generational karma and swing it like a home run, just way out of the park? Wouldn't that be something to question? So while you're sitting here and you're recycling, and this is like kind of driving you mad, and you're questioning your actions about recycling, what if you had this happen? Wouldn't that kind of put all of your recycling, like, wouldn't it nullify it? Or like, so understanding that these are things to question your bad karma, question the things that make you feel guilty. And really, oh, the other one was like quest starts with Q. So like, you're on a karmic quest, you're on this quest to understand your karma, to understand your positive karma, to understand your negative karma, and really question it. When you're on a quest, you have to question things. You have to not be absolute in your thinking. You have to be able to negotiate between things, negotiating your karma, understanding that karma, that negative karma, maybe of like something you did when you were a child, you're not able to fix it. A lot of times, that person that you bullied when you were in grade school, you're not able to go back and unbully them. So like, understanding that, how can you question that action and make it into something positive, make it into positive karma? You can mentor someone, or you can help children that are going through bullying, or someone that is being bullied, or talking to a bully and saying, hey bro, this is really bad, I really regret, I live with these actions, these things that I said to this person forever. Understanding that, so your karmic quest, your karmic questioning is a very powerful tool. The other way of thinking about it is like, okay, so this friend, this dragon, he rides a motorcycle too. And I said, hey, what if you run out of space to recycle in your recycle bin, and you take all of your recycling to the store, right, on your motorcycle? And what if, because you're frustrated, because you're having like a long day, and you don't want to live with this negative karma, this negative guilt of not recycling, you like rev your engine all the way to the store because you're frustrated? Aren't you in a way nullifying that positive karma that you're trying to acquire when you do recycle at the store? So questioning that, questioning, are the things that you're doing, that you think you're doing, that are going to create positive karma, are you doing them in a way that is going to actually result in more negative karma, or going to bring you back to baseline, bring you back to zero? So we're all on this quest. We're all on this journey. And this journey is a journey full of question marks. When you play a game. Like I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft when I was younger, and in World of Warcraft, the quest givers have a question mark over their head, um, or like exclamation mark. So it's like you're there to question the quest giver. You're there to question the person that is giving you this karmic order. And who is giving you this karmic order? Most of the time, it's you. So let's talk about the quill, about this karmic quill that is able to rewrite the parchment of your karma. Understanding that a lot of what you see, like with the 8 horizontally, the spectacles, a lot of what you see as your negative karma, you can rewrite. You can say, oh, you know what? I was bullying that person because I was having a really hard time at home, or this was being said to me at home. So I was reflecting this back at this person. Understanding that you can rewrite, you can write in the margins of your own past, of your own karma, and you can correct a lot of times your negative karma without even doing anything, without having to do these monolithic, monumental tasks. You may say, oh, when I was younger, I, did this horrible thing to a tree. So now I have to go out and plant like 1,000 trees. Sure, that's cool. But just as much as you can go out and do that, what if you wrote a book, and that book is going to consume paper, and that paper is going to, result in trees being taken down. But that book is all about how you did a really bad thing, how you, like wronged this part of nature. And there's different ways to rewrite your karma, like that, just mentally. You can mentally rewrite your karma a lot of times. So yeah, this is the kind of video that I'm making today. Had a really good first guest yesterday, and that video will be releasing soon once it has been color corrected, because apparently that's something you have to do when you record videos on a big professional camera. I record these videos on a separate phone that I strictly use for content, but my guest is like a super professional like videographer. He's a director, so he understands like these big fancy cameras, and he's gonna color correct the video, and then I'm gonna stitch it all together and release it. That should be out next week. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the full moon last night. I didn't even know it was a full moon until it happened. I kind of lost track of the full moon. Shame on me. So I will see you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day, please.